What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another Texans film breakdown. Today, we are going to be looking at the Texans' fourth down offense and what makes it work so well. We were 13th in the league in fourth down success at 52%, and while that may seem like there's a lot of room for improvement, it was actually pretty good, and we know that because we were also tied for fourth in the league in terms of number of fourth downs we attempted. So since we attempted so many, it would be really hard for us to be, say, top 5 in success rate as well. So being 13th, that's honestly pretty good for the amount of fourth downs we attempted. But I think it's clear that our fourth down offense last year was more aggressive than in years past and was more effective as well. So I wanted to break down the main concepts we ran to complete these fourth downs. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. We are on the road to 1,000 subs, and at this moment, nearly 70% of y'all are not subscribed. So if you like the content you're watching and want to support us here at Texans Unfiltered, please do hit that button. It takes what, like 2 seconds out of your day? But seriously, we appreciate all the support y'all have been showing and are just excited for more. Now, let's break down the film of the Houston Texans' fourth down offense, because the film don't lie. So the first concept the Texans run is stacking their best wide receivers on the same side and then running rub routes to try and get them open against man coverage. And so that's what you're going to see here with Nuke and Fuller stacked on the same side, and Fuller's going to be running this out, and Nuke's going to try and run his cornerback into Fuller's route. And it doesn't work here. It doesn't actually help to create the pick. But this is still the idea of the concept, and I'll show a play where it works better. So again, Nuke and Fuller are stacked to the bottom of your screen, and they run the pick to perfection this time. And so Nuke's going to be running a slant, and Fuller's going to be running an out. Fuller's going to release it inside just a little bit so that it gets that cornerback who's in off coverage to run into the cornerback who's in press. And so at this point, you can see that they've ran into each other, and both Hopkins and Fuller are wide open on their routes, and it creates a lot of space for the easy conversion. And so if you remember, this was that last fourth down that won us the Chiefs game, and it works in man coverage the best. The Chiefs, you can see that they're in cover 0, they have everyone lined up on the line of scrimmage, and everyone else is in man coverage. And so there's that hole in the middle of the defense, and that's where Watson wants to go to. So even though both wide receivers are open, he wants to go to the person in the middle, and that's Hopkins. Now, Hopkins isn't the only guy who needs to succeed on these plays. You can also get the other wide receiver open on them as well. And against the Ravens, they're in cover 0 yet again. And what's different about this one is that these two bottom corners, they're going to kind of zone up this side. So the inside cornerback is going to take the inside wide receiver. Whoever releases inside, whether it's Hopkins or Stills, that's who they're going to take. And then same thing, the outside corner, he's going to take the outside wide receiver. But it doesn't work here because Hopkins isn't really even running a route on this one. This one could have honestly been called for offensive pass interference. He's just looking to body this cornerback right here, and it works, and it just completely gets him off of Stills. Because Stills is breaking outside, this cornerback was supposed to be the one who's taking the outside wide receiver, right? But because Hopkins just basically holds him in place for just enough, it gets him open, and that's an easy completion. So the rub routes are nice, but you gotta have multiple concepts, and concept number 2 that we relied heavily on was our RPO game. I'm glad we installed RPOs more into the offense, and here's how I would break it down. So basically, the first thing is that we're gonna have a run fake, and you're gonna see that by Max Sharping pulling and the fake handoff to Duke Johnson. And the read on that one is this defensive end that we're gonna leave unblocked here, and if he crashes down, then we take the ball and we go to the next play. And if he doesn't crash down, then we just hand it off to the running back. Now, after that happens, the next read is going to be based off of what this linebacker does. If the linebacker crashes down to go get Watson, then you dump it off to Jordan Akins in the flat. If he goes to cover Akins and leaves Watson free, then Watson can just run with the ball. And on this one, you can see that he's kind of hesitant, and he lets Akins go by him, and there's no one else who can kind of catch up. And so Watson knows that he has the easy yardage right there, just a simple dump off pass. That's so easy for him. We really abused the concept against the Raiders during that game, and man. And so on this play, you can see that this linebacker, he crashes downhill on that run fake. They had to respect the run because Carlos Hyde was eaten, and so that's where this play shines. You need a good run game to set it up to get these linebackers to play aggressively and not disciplined. And what that does on this play is it leaves Watson to flourish. So you can see here that the defensive end, they try and chip Fells. And so because Watson knows that, okay, he's not going to be an option, I'm going to just take off. There's all the space to the outside. This is his call, and he makes the right one. Now, this concept really thrives against slow linebackers, slow physically and slow mentally, slow to process things that they see, and that's why we really killed the Chiefs, the Raiders with it. But it can also just beat defenses that are in good position, and that's because of Watson and how special he is with his legs. And so on this play against the Bucs, you're going to see that they play it pretty damn perfectly. They have pretty much all the options locked up. The defensive end takes the run, then you have this corner and safety out here on Fells just in case for the pass. And so Watson, he tries to take off, and this linebacker is in perfect position for the tackle. Levante David, who's one of the best tacklers in the NFL, but Deshaun, he can still beat you. So even if you're in the perfect coverage for this call, his legs are just an unknown variable that you can't account for, and you can't say that, oh, I'm going to make a tackle on him 100% of the time. You know what I mean? And so right here, he makes that beautiful cut to get the first down. So the third concept that we rely heavily on is setting picks for Duke Johnson out of the backfield, and I have been screaming to feed Duke ever since we got him on the team. This man is so good, and we gotta make him a bigger part of the offense. I swear, man, Duke is one of the most electric guys on the team, and he's got to be a bigger part of the offense. But on this play, the Titans are in cover one man, and this wide receiver, he's going to be setting a pick on the linebacker who's on Duke Johnson and getting him open out in the flat right here. And you can see this is such an easy throw to make, and Duke Johnson brings it down for the first down. I love that they ran these concepts, but by my tracking, they literally only did it twice out of all the fourth downs that they attempted, which was 25. And I'm sorry if I'm annoying you about this, but I'm going to keep preaching that we need to make Duke Johnson a bigger part of the offense until they do it. So now actually breaking down the play here, you're going to see that Darren Fells, he's going to be running a pick here on the safety, so that gets him out of the way. And Kenny Stills, he's also going to be running, not a pick, but he's going to be clearing out his side. He's going to be running an in route here. And so that gets the corner away from Duke Johnson because his back's going to be turned and he's not going to be seeing Duke Johnson out of the backfield. And while this linebacker is still free, who's guarding Duke Johnson's just too fast. And so if you put him one-on-one with a linebacker, he's gone. You ain't guarding him with a simple linebacker like that. Find me a linebacker in the NFL who can guard Duke Johnson one-on-one. You can't. It can't be done. Alright, that'll do it for my Houston Texans fourth down offense film breakdown. I hope Bill O'Brien continues to be aggressive on fourth downs. Now that he's got his franchise quarterback in Deshaun Watson, he can finally trust his quarterback to convert a fourth down. I hope they're able to build off of these concepts and add more, because if I could figure out the 3 concepts that they would most likely run on fourth downs, I'm sure NFL defensive coordinators know as well. But all of the concepts we saw today, they'll still work with our new look offense and personnel. We can stack our best wide receivers and run rub routes with Cooks, Fuller, or Stills, and we can still run the RPO game with Fells and Akins, although we really do need to add more to that. And then, please, if there's one thing Tim Kelly does to this offense, please incorporate the running backs into the passing game more. David Johnson and Duke Johnson are 2 of the best receiving running backs in the entire NFL. Feed them. This offense has so much potential, man, and we've got the personnel. Now it's all about play calling. Can Tim Kelly step up to the plate and succeed? And can Bill O'Brien actually fully hand off the reins to the offense? Or will he take over after a couple weeks? Let me know what y'all think. I'm excited to see what happens though, and we really need this season to start already. I'm just too hype. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Also, check out our awesome website and podcast. We've got great Texans content for you guys, and all of that will be linked in the description below. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed and come back for more. Take care, everyone.